The season started 9 days ago and we are still in Östersund, but this is the last day and the first head-to-heads for both the men and the women. It's the women who go first in their pursuit, and of course the start order dictated by the result of the sprint, which means Suvi Minkkinen will lead off her first ever pursuit and she'll be wearing yellow. Anna Magnusson will be second and Ocean Michelin down in third. They were the top three in the sprint. Well, let's have a look at the programme for the weekend. It's pretty simple as far as the biathlon goes. 12 o'clock start time for the women's 10k pursuit and the men going off at 2:10. Bornand of Norway trying to make it 3 victories from 3 races, having never won before, never even been on the podium before. Theresa, well, it's been a good start to her season, winning the 20k, 0.3 of a second the margin. That was an outstanding performance from her, and it's been really good from Finland so far this year. Of course, with that second place from Sonja Leinamo, and then of course Suvi Minkkinen coming through to take a win in the women's sprint. Well, it's since the retirement of Kaisa Mäkäräinen, we have not seen too much of the Finns, but the rise of Suvi Minkkinen last year, I think excited to us and of course Kostat, the coach.
It seems to be you. I hope I don't say a mistake, but normally it's you.
Oh my God.
Lovely scenes from Suvi Minkkinen, totally unaware that she was the new leader of the World Cup. Only 2 races gone. I know it's early days, but they dream of racing in the Yellow Bib, and that's what she's got today. I hope she's a little more confident than she was after the sprint race when she saw the result. So that's going to be a big test for her.
I'm just very happy, and now I think I'm starting to realize what really has happened. So yeah, these are happy tears, I promise.
Well, the Finns excelling themselves and surprising themselves so far this year. Leinamo with that brilliant second place behind Vera.
On the way, and this year, the training season, for sure, the team has been building in the right way. So it's nice to see that when one struggles a little bit, another steps up.
Well, it's the first time since 2020 that Finland have won a race, that of course coming from Kaisa Mäkäräinen, and the first time since 2018 that the Finns have been in yellow.
It's, I think, much more young athletes in cross-country skiing, so I hope we can steal some from them.
Well, there's the man who's being rewarded for all his hard work.
I think we got the best women team, so I'm really happy to see what all of them are doing at the moment, and yeah, they see things are possible, and I hope this keeps on rolling through the winter.
That's a big ask. It's a big ask, but with so many of the big names making mistakes so far, Finland have taken their opportunities. Minkkinen, Mike, she was the only one to ski fast and shoot well. Everyone else who tried to ski too fast made a complete hash of the shooting.
Yes, and I think, Patrick, the rhythm and the routines that Minkkinen has displayed over the last 6 or 7 years, fast shooting, fearless shooting, she built that into her training. She continues that same rhythm in the competitions, and it really has paid off for her. And now with her extra ski speed, yes, she's a winner for the first time. What a great story it is.
Yeah, 3 of those rounds going through the same hole, and everyone in the 10. So a really good 0 in the prone. Let's see where the standing shots go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. She's on fire.
Amazing. And it wasn't as strange. It was her 201st World Cup start where she took her very first victory.
So we've still got a few minutes to go before the start of the women's race. Quarter past the hour is the start time. And just the last few minutes to check out the tracks. We heard from Lewis earlier on, he sent us a message saying the track's in pretty good condition. How is she going to cope with yellow?
Well, she was in the interview when Lewis mentioned to her that he believed that she'd be wearing yellow, but that was such a picture of the shock on her face. And then her next comment was, oh, how am I going to cope with this? So I hope that she's had thinking time and just stick to routine. Eric Kolstad definitely will have just stated the obvious. Just look, nothing special. Do your normal biathlon. Try not to think the colour you're wearing or the fact you're leading the world out for the first time. Very hard not to think about those two aspects.
Yeah, but it is just a colour, Mike, and it really shouldn't affect. But we saw Jean Monod when she first got yellow. It completely upset her. It's happened many, many times that the big names struggle when they first get yellow. And even athletes that have had it before, when they get it for the first time in a season, it can just up the ante a little bit. So we'll see how Minkkinen goes today.
That's a good group.
What are you going to go?
Low.
Top three?
Just go one more.
Oh, so he's just suggesting, and I like that from Eric. He's, you know, normally you would say, yeah, up 3 or 4, but Eric's saying, no, that's clearly your position. Have another 5, and then we'll adjust. I think that's great coaching. So maybe her left elbow was a little low to drop them down. The right elbow closer into the rifle can put them down as well. And I think he'll be very, very delighted that he didn't make her change. 3 touching that 10 ring in the middle. Brilliant.
Well, that does just show you, Mike, how important the position is.
It does, and especially when you're coming in, you know, you're quite nervous. It's another World Cup start, and you're not quite feeling it. You need 5 as a kind of a warm-up, get your position correct.
Are we going to see where Jean Monod's rounds are going? Remember, she won the last pursuit here back in December 23, and she shot 0 on that occasion. Tomingas also shot 0, but was way down. I think there were 3 clear shoots on that day, but Jean Monod, the only one of the big names to achieve it, and she came through with a win. 31:41. We're expecting the winning time to be just over that 30-minute mark, although the tracks are a lot harder and a lot faster than they were yesterday.
They are, Patrick. I hope we see what Patrick Favre on the magnetic board. I hope he shows us the fall of these shots. And I would imagine 3 of them will hit the golf ball size target in the middle, which is the prone. No, a little left. Still a very good group.
All safely in the standing shoot. Well, welcome to Östersund. This is the scene, not quite full in the stadium as yet. We had a really good crowd last night for the men's sprint. Sweden didn't quite get themselves on the podium, but they made a good effort. Well, there's plenty of other sport coming up on TNT, 7 o'clock this evening. Spurs versus Slavia Prague. We got Atalanta Chelsea. Tuesday, 7 p.m. And then, yeah, plenty of football on offer throughout the week. Well, there won't be any more Ashes coverage. That's done and dusted. Sadly. Just over 5 minutes to go before the start of the women's pursuit here. Now, Lewis Aber has been out on the tracks for us. He's down by the shooting range at the moment, so let's hear and see what he has to say.
Hello, everybody. I just come back from the track. I've been skiing for 1 hour, and it's pretty hard, but pretty nice too. As you see, we have had some fresh snow that the kids love because it's perfect for snowballs, you see. But for skiing, it's very compact. It makes like a mirror, and it's a bit unstable. So today we have to be careful about that to find the good skis, technique skis, and to really be on the foot. So to try to find stability, in fact. About the shooting range, I think it's the easiest day. There is almost no wind. visibility is pretty clean. 1 hour ago it was a bit foggy, but now it seems to be okay. So I think it's a fair race.
Well, let's hope so. Two things from that, Mike. One, you don't have to be a kid to enjoy snowballs. And two, what he's talking about with the tracks is it's very glazed. When there's a little bit of moisture, it's quite hard, and it means that the ski doesn't track quite as well as it does when there's a little bit of give in the snow. So this is a day for those that have really good balance.
They're tough days, yes, really compact. It's like skating on ice, skiing on ice. And the track, I don't think it'll make the corners difficult. It's breaking up on the corners, twisty, curvy, very typical of Östersund. You need to be good in all gears, climbing, fast descents, tight cornering. You need to have everything in your armory today.
Yeah, 1 degree C. Last 2 days it has been hovering between -1 and +1. A classic skier's nightmare, but for biathlon it doesn't really matter. There are the Swedish team, Hanna Öberg on the left of your screen. Oh my goodness, she's got a tough job today, starting almost at the back of the field. Jean Monod could do with her first win of the season to start her attack on the overall rankings.
Michelin, yeah, wondering how she's going to cope today. Third place, she's well and truly up there, only 21 seconds off first place, and she shoots very fast.
Yeah, I think she's in a good position. I think Michelin will do better today than if she was starting first.
Certainly takes some pressure off Magnusson. On the other hand, it's her home venue. She's comfortable. The ski speed was excellent 2 days ago.
Minkkinen. The focus is there. She's skiing well, third fastest on the tracks. And in terms of shooting, she was third fastest. That combination put her to the top of the list. And with a decent lead, a really good lead, what she got, 15 seconds to play with?
It's comfortable, 17. Yeah, a little more.
Magnusson in second. Nice to see her back on the podium. I think she must have thought her second win was coming her way after she finished the sprint. But Suvi Minkkinen coming through a little bit later on. Lotte Lee, Mike, not skiing fast enough, I don't think, to challenge the top 10. But if she shoots clear, which she's well capable of doing, she could go top 5. Vera, work to do. Too many misses so far this season, but of course that brilliant win in the individual. She is certainly happy with the way the season is started. Who else do we watch out for outside the top 25?
It's tough from so far back. I do think, Lampic, she skis so fast, but she's not hitting targets. I think Fialkova, she was looking good and comfortable on the rifle, I felt 3 days ago. Less effective 2 days ago.
Number 47.
47, she's got a tough task. The second last position for the French. Brisa Boucher really needs a good performance today.
And Kuzmina, double Olympic sprint champion. Well, you might just have seen Hanna Öberg there, starting number 59. She scraped into this race by the skin of her teeth. Her job today is not to win. Her job is to get some World Cup points. Suvi Minkkinen, her job is to win. Can she make it 2 in a row? Are we going to see Finns on the podium for the first 3 races of the season? It's looking good. Magnusson has a lot of pressure. We'll see how she copes. She's such a small figure compared to the others around her. But it's been a great start to Magnusson's season.
And 9 seconds.
Welcome to Östersund, the last ebb action here before the tour heads down to Austria and Hogfilsson. And the women's pursuit about to get underway. Suvi Minkkinen it is. 2 points her lead in the overall World Cup, and consequently she is in yellow for the first time in her career.
It appears Erik Kolstad has briefed her well. She didn't look frightened. She didn't look nervous. She looked very much, for me, in control as she started.
Good cheer for Magnusson. She went up in 5 out of 6 pursuits last year, and in the 6th she was level. Starting number 3, Ocean Michelon, who went from 13th to 3rd in Nova Mesto last year. She's not shy of gaining a few places. Hauser starts number 4. What a brilliant race from her. Remember, she got the silver medal in the World Championships, but you have to go back to 2021 when she did that. Elvira Erberg starts, the 8th fastest on the tracks yesterday, ended up in 5th position, and she also has taken a silver medal at the World Champs. Yakiela is away, Shirky Ida, Tannheimer, Halvarsen, Lotte Lee started 10 for Italy. Lisa Vitozzi is underway at 15. Anderson, Vera, Jean-Richard goes at 18. Just after her, Johansson of Norway, Bendika of Latvia, and then Markita Davidova. And we're probably, Mike, at the end of those who can expect or think they've got a chance of winning.
It's very tough from outside there, possibly Knotten. She can sometimes shoot the full 20. If she does that today, she may have a slender chance of a top 5.
A DNS for Grotillon, which is a shame. Some sort of infection, I believe. Wussenfeld, the team doctor, sending around a message. I didn't understand it. But anyway, she's ill and she's not racing.
Yes, Grosjean, she didn't look as strong as she was expecting to be in the sprint race, and clearly health issues always evidently set you back.
Yeah, Hettig Vals for Germany. Julia Tannheimer is the earliest starter in the German team. A good sprint from her, finishing in 8th position. Now, what do you think, Mike? 17 seconds lead at the start. Is Minkkinen going to ski away from her pursuers?
I don't think she will. I think she's looking so briefed by Eric, the coach, to remain in control and maybe not get too excited on the first lap. I think she's going at her own pace. She's not like a panicked skier with the weight of 59 athletes chasing her down. Magnussen, it's a good and choppy tempo she has there. Well, she's lost 3 seconds.
Yeah, so it's a pretty positive start from Minkkinen. Now, Mike, while we've got a moment, we'll watch them through this split, but just explain to me what is going on. The fastest 6 skiers in the sprint race finished 36th, 47th, 34, 54, 59. And Minkkinen, the only exception, who was the 3rd fastest skier and actually won the race. But 5 of the top 6 skiers completely messed up the shooting.
Do you know, those statistics you've just given their part of, that's so unusual. Normally those fastest skiers, even with missing 1 target, still have that opportunity for a top 5. So clearly it's like a headless chicken coming in, shooting so fast that time doesn't even stand still. You don't even know what you're doing. So I would say some panic drills on the range to miss so many targets.
And if we look at the shooting speeds, the top 6 shooting speeds finished 59, 85, 72, 88, 61. And again, Minkkinen was the only exception.
Yeah, Minkkinen, she's built this rapid-fire shooting. You know, just 2 years ago, she had 3 top 20s by hitting all 10 in the sprint. And her best result was 17th. Then she started becoming a little bit faster, and especially this summer, she really has developed more and more speed, especially at the down in the Alps in her training camps there, and 8 weeks of high altitude training really has punched up the pace.
But you know, I hesitate to say it, but they could really do with taking a lesson for the men's tour, where the top athletes are skiing a little bit slower than they can and shooting a little bit slower than they're capable of, and getting the results, because the top 10 ski speed in the men's were pretty much all in the top 10 of the results.
They really were, and I think it's the French team and the Italians that are still rapid fire in the men's field. The best of the Norwegians have really slowed the shooting time down, and I thought it was unsustainable. You can shoot 5 shots in 19 seconds, anybody can. But as we saw with Jacqueline in the men's field, he's missing 3 out of 5. It's not worth it.
Well, we'll get some splits as they come in.
Minkkinen, she's still 19 seconds, well, at 1.6 kilometers, she's still 19 seconds ahead of Magnussen.
Michelin still in third place. Hauser, Erberg, not many changes in order. Jean Monod is the one that's made a bit of ground from 11th up to 6th. And no one else really has made a dramatic improvement. Now, Minkkinen, 10 out of 10 in the sprint. Missed 4 in the individual, which pushed her down into 15th place. A little bit lucky on the second.
That was very lucky. That was a 4 o'clock. Most of the lead appeared to miss, but she got it down.
Everything low right. Everything low right. And I think she will get a message for the second shoot. Well, she'll certainly be told where they were going. She'll either aim off or she'll change the sights.
She will be getting that information. I think she will change the sights, but luckily she's such an accurate athlete, they all went in.
Yeah, slow shoot from Hauser, a miss from Michelin and Magnussen. That plays into the hands of Minkkinen, who is going to be at least 45 seconds clear, I would have thought. Hauser could well be in second place. Elvira Erberg has slowed her shooting down, and so far it's paid off. She gets 5 out of 5. Halvarsen rushed that last one and missed, and Jean Monod, who skied harder than anyone else on that last lap, has missed 1. Lotte Lee started 10. If she can get up into the top 6, that will be a PB for her.
Quite amazing, and the veteran, I say the veteran, 362 World Cup starts. Hauser showed that vast experience, very calm, reasonably fast, and 5 out of 5. That was so interesting. I really thought Jean Monod was going to rapid fire, get those 5 shots down. Considering that she won 4 out of the 6 pursuits last year, I thought she does seem to have lost a little confidence in her prone shooting. There she is, in red. Jean Monod at 1 minute and 12 seconds behind. I don't think she would have expected a scenario like this, and what, 15th position? Correct myself, it's 12th position, 13th position she is.
Yeah, but if you're going to make mistakes, Mike, make them on the first shoot. Give yourself plenty of time to make up for it. Quite a few penalties being paid. Carrara 4 times round, an extra 600 meters for her. It's only a 10K race, so she's going to struggle. Not the only one to miss 4.
Ochenthaler, 2 Italians, they went rapid fire. They both missed 4 out of 5. That's such a painful start.
Well, Vera has gone from 17 to 10. She is one of the best when it comes to the pursuit. She loves this environment. Just looking to see what's happened to Hannah Erberg. We'll pick that up after the break, but I assume she's gained.
Hey, Elvira!
Elvira Erberg looking very comfortable, and just as I said, she moves to the left. Is she going round? She's going the long way round if she is.
Well, that's strange. She could have asked Hauser, requested to get a bypass, and Hauser would have to have given way. I'm really surprised Elvira took the long path around. These conditions, the conditions suit her more today, I think, rather than the deep snow.
Yeah, I agree with that, because she's one of the taller figures and didn't like the soft snow. But if you ski in someone's wake for 500 meters or even less, you really are a bit cheeky when you then say, okay, move aside. It's all right if you come straight up behind them and say track, get out the way, but not if you've stuck in and fed off their slipstream.
Well, she was thinking, okay, sportsmanship here, I can't get the gain. But, you know, normally when you're in attack mode and race mode, so clearly Elvira's just still controlling herself. If that was the last lap, she would certainly have shouted for Hauser to give way.
Yeah, the top 11 have all shot the perfect score so far. Halvarsen there, the fastest to have paid a penalty. She's now 1:13 behind the race leader. For Italian fans, the news is good. Vera is up to 6th. She's gained 11 places already, and Lisa Bitozzi started 15. She's up to 11, 1:02 off the leader. Certainly still in contention. Well, it's a good lead for Minkkinen, Mike. 43.4 seconds ahead of Elvira Öberg. Hauser at 43.8, Magnusson at 50.2. That may change by the time the chasers get to the top of the climb. And for Swedish fans, Hanna Öberg started 59. She's into the top 50 already, so she's making ground. Mike, an estimate of where Hanna Öberg is going to finish?
I think she'll finish 35th, around that area. She certainly had the fastest shooting. That worried me a little. She had the fastest stop-start time at 21 seconds, so she's clearly going for the rapid fire, and with that comes risk.
Yeah, she was the fastest shot in the sprint as well, so she's sticking to her tactics for the year. And yeah, I'm going to give her better than that. I'm going 27 for Hanna Öberg.
Nice one. I see the fastest course time on lap one, of course, Theresa, and I didn't see how her shooting progressed. Try and find that. She needs to have a good race, or she may not start in Annecy.
Now, sometimes, Mike, and particularly in this stadium where we've seen more meltdowns than perhaps anywhere else, we say you can have too big a lead because suddenly you're expected to win. At the moment, Minkkinen has 45 seconds. I think the pressure is still on. But if she gets to a minute and a half clear, that might change the story.
It's interesting. I didn't notice. I was looking at my notes. Did she change her sights? I think she has. That was way left.
That was more central, but a little bit low. That was through the same hole. And again, lovely. Through the 10 to finish. And Minkkinen makes it 10 for 10. And she's got two standing shoots still to come. The pressure switches from Finland to Sweden and Austria. Elvira Öberg nearest the camera. There she is, the younger of the two sisters. And then Theresa Hauser. Öberg certainly might deliberately slow.
Very much. Coaching staff have really had a chat. Don't push it. There's Michelon trying to get that first shot off rapid fire. It didn't work.
Magnusson missed one on the first shoot. She needs pretty much 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 in the stand to get back on the podium. Vera's gone clear again. Lotte Lee, 100% hit rate so far. A miss from Lisa Bertozzi coming back from last season. Jean Monod, Mike, has missed again.
That's incredible. Jean Monod, if this was last year, Patrick, we would have put our mortgages on the fact that she would hit 5 out of 5. And she did admit to the month prior to the first World Cup that she lost a little confidence. And it is all about confidence when it comes to accurate shooting.
Yeah, and of course she was, 94% hit rate in the pro. She's way down on that at the moment. Amy Berserger, good season for her, for Switzerland. Heike Gross is way off the boil massively at the moment, so they need Berserger to do well. Yakiela, another 5, and it's been a really good start to her season, although she's dropped down the order, having started in 6th position.
I was just looking at some stats there, Patrick. I thought historically Vera, in her 17 victories, I thought at least 5 might have come in the pursuit, but actually only 2, and one of them was at the World Championships in Antholz, the Olympic venue in February. But she's certainly looking good today. She's moved way up the ranking.
Well, I'm assuming that reaction is to Hanna Öberg's targets, and judging by the noise of the crowd, she hit 4, missed the last one. But we'll confirm that as soon as we can. She has yet to come out of the penalty area. Minkkinen at 4.8. She's almost at the halfway stage.
Athlete who's moving in the sharp end of the race, the best is Knotten from Norway, from 27 to 10th. She hasn't missed anything yet.
Yeah, Vera sitting in 8th, despite shooting clear, didn't gain any positions on that last shoot. She's 54 behind. Benet, Lee, Shavatova, Magnusson and Elvira Öberg all in front of her. Bertozzi is down to 15.
The best
Jean
mover...
Monod now 21. Sorry, Mike.
Yep, best mover overall is Theresa Boucher. Fastest ski time both times around, 47 to 24.
Öberg up to 35 already.
Oh, brilliant. She's the fastest shooter, her second time in. She was the first, she was the second.
Yeah, she's missed one, so still an impressive gain from her. Now, we've spoken a lot about Finland, Mike, but I think we have to keep pointing out just how well Belgium have been doing.
It's quite an incredible story. Well, not the least, she lives, she has done in Lillehammer in Norway. She has certainly been involved in the Norwegian clubs in her younger years. And she's found confidence and speed. Shooting is brilliant so far, 10 out of 10. She'll probably hit 19 or 20 today.
Well, talking about that, last year, Jean Monod won 4 of the pursuits, Preutz and Simon winning the other 2 World Cups, and then Preutz, of course, winning the World Championships. No one missed more than 1 shot in a pursuit to win. That's slightly different from the men's race. In the women's, though, you cannot afford more than 1 miss. But having said that, the only person to shoot clear and win was Jean Monod.
Jean Monod, she'll be so, mindset will be so affected by the prone shooting not being as accurate as she was last year, but I would imagine she'll get 9 or 10 out of 10 in the 2 standings coming up soon.
37 seconds, the margin between 1 and 2. Last time we saw, it's gone up by 0.1 of a second. So, Öberg and Minkkinen and Hauser all travelling at the same speed on the lap. Czechia with Shabatova, who's having a good race so far, Shabatova. Bronze medal in the World Championships, but that was 5 years ago, 2020, when she did that.
And another one of the athletes who've been around a long time, Shabatova, she's finding some magic now at 32-year-old, maybe inspired by Minkkinen last year. She really has sorted her prone shooting, less effective standing, Shabatova.
Yeah, Shirka Ida, Mike, 10 out of 10. She's gone from 7th to 9th.
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm slightly surprised because last year she would have been gaining ground rather than losing it. But if she's saving something for the last couple of laps, that can't be a bad thing. The Finnish fans have been arriving in their coach loads to see what Minkkinen can do today. 12 out of 12 so far. Lovely shot on number 3. Is she going to make it 15? She does. She does. What a week. What a week for the Finnish team. They haven't quite secured it, but it's hard to see her finishing off the podium now.
She will feel the pressure. I really think she will for the last time in, but stick to that routine and it's a victory.
Öberg with 87% hit rate in the stand last year. Hauser with 84. Oh, that could be the end of the Swedish challenge unless Magnusson can hit 5 out of 5 and get back into contention. Elvira's going to lose at least 55 seconds, maybe more. 4 out of 4 for Magnusson. That's brilliant. Shabatova with a mistake on the first shot. Magnusson, excellent work. Vera, having gone clear in the pro, misses 2 in the stand. Lotte Lee, another 2 misses in the stand. Surprised by that. Benet is moving up the order. And Hauser has closed the gap, only by 4 seconds. But she's up into 2. And Magnusson into the podium positions.
Quite amazing. I was really surprised with Elvira Öberg. She'd disciplined herself to try and calm it down and shoot slowly. It didn't work out.
Shabatova 14 to 6, Benet from 13 to 4. They're the big gainers here at the front of the field. Minkkinen started one, she's still number 1. Led from start to finish so far, well, start to wherever she is at the moment. Öberg dropped down to 7 with those 2 misses. Vitozzi 15 to 8. She's coming through. 14 hits out of 15 so far. And Michelon, 3 misses, has dropped from 3rd down to 10th.
Michelon will be disappointed. Richard was moving up, but she was shooting alongside Michelon, and Richard missed 2 as well.
Right, what's going on here, Mike? That was a little unlucky.
That was close. So this other miss just low, probably 4 millimeters would have put it in. small margins.
Is she moving up onto the target or down?
I didn't get the reading, to be truthful. I think she normally comes through from the bottom, so preempting too early.
Suvi Minkkinen, although she has yet to put a foot wrong, she's only one penalty loop clear of the chasers. So Hauser still has a very good chance. Magnusson might, if Minkkinen misses two, Magnusson's 48 seconds behind and would take the lead if she hit 5 out of 5. So the pressure is still on the Finn, but so far it's been an impeccable performance.
It's been it's been spectacular, given that Minkkinen has, well, this is her 202nd World Cup start. She's never been on that patch where she's led a pursuit, never been in yellow. And I worry about the mindset coming in, but so far so good. Extreme discipline, sticking to routine, and that's what she needs to do best.
Well, if Minkkinen hits 4 and Hauser hits 5, I think they're going to come out within 5 seconds of each other, and you'd probably have your money on Minkkinen to win the ski race. Magnussen, if Minkkinen misses 2, Magnussen hits 5, she will be in a good position. Benet, I think, at 1:05 has got to hope that the race leaders missed 2 or 3.
Benet, from 13th to 4th, and again, the best French biathlete at this stage in the race. She hasn't missed any. She'll probably knock the next 5 down as well, and that could well be a podium.
Schurke-Eider's at 15 out of 15. She hasn't shot clear so far this season. Elvira Öberg, you can see there in 7th, which is, where did she start? She started number 5, but at 5 out of 5, I think Elvira Öberg could challenge the podium positions. So many seasons, it is the familiar names at the top of the leaderboard, but things are rapidly changing on the women's tour. In the top 5 at the moment, we have Minkkinen, Hauser, yes, a veteran and a former winner, but not a consistent one. Magnussen is up there, Benet of France, Schurke-Eider of Norway. It's a year for veterans and youngsters.
It's incredible. What about the biggest name in pursuit last year, Jean Monod? She's gone from 11th to 20th. And that's really out of character. She's normally such a confident biathlete, and she must be going through some mental turmoil right now.
Yeah, I hate to tell you this, Mike, but Hannah Öberg up to 28. Up to 28.
That's brilliant. The race isn't finished, but I do hope she can move further up, get more World Cup points.
As for Theresa, she's gone from 47 to 25, so 22 positions gained by her. 31 positions gained by Hannah Öberg at the moment. But to do that, you have to finish right at the back of the pack in the sprint event. But I said to you before the race, I think Hannah Öberg will enjoy today.
Yeah, almost pressure off, and so far so good for Hannah. And now major pressure for the first time leading in a pursuit for the final shoot. Official needs to move as soon as possible.
Can she make it? 2 wins in succession. She has a lead over the chasing group of 35 seconds. That is 1 penalty afforded. Any signs of a shake?
No.
Certainly more movement at the end of the barrel, but it's still very controlled. The reflexes are good. She throws that one high. The race is on. The race is on. I think Kolstad's still fairly confident, and Hauser will see that there are 4 targets down and 1 left standing. So she knows she's got a chance. But if she's going for the win, Mike, this has got to be rapid. And there's a couple of seconds wasted already.
She'll build a position. She's done this many times before. The final 5 shots, she's normally very strong mentally.
Incredible. How about that? Minkkinen is away. The gap reduced from 150 metres down to around 45, but the advantage, I think, still to Suvi Minkkinen. She'll be frustrated she missed that one. A chance for Magnussen to get back on the podium again. Remember, she was second. Yes, second in the sprint. She could well finish 3rd today.
Well done, Magnussen. That was a class act with all the athletes alongside her. She didn't feel the pressure. She stuck to her own routine, and it was fast.
Yeah, a miss from Shirkaida, but Benet of France has gone clear. Benet, of course, who was third in the first individual race of the season over 15k. And can she chase this down? What, 12 seconds? That's a big ask on Magnussen, who's on very good form. Elvira Erberg, Mike. Oh, it started so well, but the standing shooting has not been kind to her. 4 misses in all. Oh. Hannah Erberg just coming in for her shoot. 28th position on that last lap.
Minkkinen, she will have been given the split time there, and it's that she's not got a huge advantage, 12 seconds, but I think body language, I think Minkkinen is safe with those 12 seconds.
Yeah, I think the other positive for Minkkinen is that Hauser will be delighted with the second place.
Hauser will, it's been some time, hasn't it? She had such success in season 2021, but we haven't seen her take a win for many years.
Well, 23 was her last win. I think it was the mass start in Annecy. And in fact, that was the last time she was on the podium. So it's been a good, well, in her third season now without a podium finish.
Hauser is putting the pressure on. She's trying to close it.
Yeah, 12.1 was the margin. 12.1 seconds to play with. Magnussen is back at 30 seconds. She's no chance of catching these two. Has to focus on defending third position from Benet and Shirkaida with a miss on that last shoot. 12.1 to 6.8. This is a really good effort. But I wonder whether Minkkinen is just saying, okay, save something for the last kilometre, because that is the hardest.
And well, she did come off the penalty loop, unlike Hauser. Once you go around that penalty loop, you're nervous, you're frustrated, you're having to ski another 150 metres. Interesting.
Yeah, Magnussen has gained a couple of seconds, but still no closer to Hauser, who is gaining dramatically on Minkkinen, has slashed that lead in half, but only 1,200 metres to go, so she's got to gain.
Well, look at this.
Half a second every 100. Now, this is interesting. Is this ski speed, or is it just all-out effort from Hauser? There's still a big climb to come, Mike, and that could be crucial.
This is
Minkkinen looking exhausted.
She is, and I'm just wondering if Minkkinen's skis are not as effective in this heavy falling snow as the Austrians, and you can see the energy there. Hauser knows she's going to catch her.
Yeah, I think Minkkinen's legs have gone because she keeps losing her balance. When she's on that left ski, she's getting stuck on it, which is an awful feeling. One big climb still to go. It could be Minkkinen's chance to find something. It could be Hauser's chance to come through and take her first win since 2023.
Well, it was 5 seconds at the top of this climb. It's down to about 1 second, so I think it's absolutely a ski factor, a technical waxing factor that's playing a part here.
Here goes Hauser. Minkkinen will try and hang in on there. If she can get in behind Hauser before the downhill, Mike, there's still a chance, but Hauser looks so much stronger. Round the top corner. Can Minkkinen get right in behind her? Use the slipstream. No, there's nothing left in the tank for the Finn.
I'm so impressed with Hauser, and she senses that the athlete she's just passed is suffering, so that will give Hauser more energy. Eric is amazed. He cannot believe it.
It's not over yet. It's not quite over. There's a little spark of life from Minkkinen, but she shouldn't have let those 6-7 metres open up. And now Hauser, I think, can relax. It's just about staying on her feet as she comes into the last 200 metres. She'll stay low for as long as she can. Another check over the shoulder just to see if Minkkinen is coming back at her, but no. And she can focus on looking good as she comes across the line for her first win since the 23 season. Actually, that will have come in December as well, on 22. So 30-14, the winning time. Minkkinen, I think in days to come, she'll be happy with second. but she was spent at the start of that last loop. Extraordinary.
Totally exhausted, and she looked so much in control for all of the race, Minkkinen, in terms of her ski speed. Did she punch it too hard on lap one? Maybe, and that always catches up later with you.
Yeah, that's the sort of form we saw from Hauser at the World Championships in Novo Mesto. So really, really good to see. Not Novo Mesto, Pachuca, where she did so well. Magnussen in third, Benet at 38.7, having started 13th. She's back up into the top four. Some really good World Cup points. Good news for Minkkinen, Mike. She stays in yellow for the next round of the World Cup.
I'm delighted. She'll be disappointed missing that very last shot. It was an error. It was a nervous error. Hey, you're right about further back. Hannah Öberg's up into the top margin. She was 13th, probably finished 12th.
Yeah, good race from Sherka Ida, her best of the season, finishing 5th. I think she's going to be the leading Norwegian this season. Shavatova 6, Halvarsen of Sweden 7, Ocean Michelon, and how about that? From 59 to 9th. A gain of 50 places. We'll have to check the record books, but I think that is the best we've ever seen. And Mike, she missed 2 targets.
50, I think we may have had a 50 position jump historically, but that is something brilliant from Hannah Öberg.
And Elvira Öberg started 5 and must have been shocked to the core when her sister came past. what a story.
Yeah. Oh, look at Minkkinen. She's not quite... Oh, there's a smile, thankfully. But she's disappointed. But second place, it can't be sniffed at.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much of that... The skis, I think you're right, Mike. But I'm just wondering how much of that was emotional fatigue. It's been an absolutely hectic 48 hours since she got her first ever win.
Very much the attention, the press attention, the interviews that she's had to do, and just the whole aspect of wearing yellow. She will get her energy back, hopefully before Thursday, and on the journey to Austria.
Yeah, Lampitz, Mike, 36 to 25. She hit 15 out of 20, which by her standards is pretty good. Amy Basurga, we saw earlier on. I don't know what's happened to her. 3 misses. 5 misses for Richard, which is surprising. 5 misses for Anderson of Sweden. So some massive success stories, but also some disasters. Davidova, 5 misses, 21 to 34.
Theresa Boucher you mentioned, but I think that's wonderful. She needed some good news today. Theresa Boucher, she was 5th French athlete. She's now 3rd today in 13th position. I think she's secure for certainly the World Cup's up to Christmas.
Yeah, now just occasionally Hauser goes through a purple patch where she can do no wrong. I wonder whether she's coming into that now, and also whether it will last till the end of February.
She's certainly back to those magical ways, which was season 2021, where she was on the podium 7 times, and she's now on 13 podiums in total.
Gigener in 41, Bendika just ahead of Sidorovic in 42, 43. Fichtner up there as well. The bib number, remember, is an indication of where they started. So all these athletes losing a little bit of ground. Dimitrova, certainly better than that. 5 misses from Rousseau of Canada. Anastasia Kuzmina, actually, Mike, 17 hits out of 20 is pretty good by Kuzmina's current standards, but she'll be disappointed to be down in 48th position and out of the World Cup points.
Likewise, Dorothea Vera, I thought she would do well today, but she's gone 17th to 19th, and more importantly, she's missed 3 targets. 2 of them came in the first of the 2 stand shoots.
Well, the story of the day is, I think, Hauser's fight back on that last lap. Minkkinen also will be in the press. She stays top of the table. But Theresa Boucher and Hannah Öberg, brilliant. Theresa Boucher 47 to 13. Hannah Öberg 59 all the way up to 9th position. And she started over 2 minutes behind the race leaders. She's finished 1:21, Mike, so she's a minute 40 quicker than the Hauser.
Quite a brilliant race, and that's missing 2 targets. Of course, Hauser having the perfect shoot, 100% hit rate.
Should there be a financial or any reward for the person who produces the best time of the day? Well, here's the shot of Theresa Hauser. Not once, not twice, but 3 times she looked behind. And on that final time, she knew the victory was in the bag. It's great getting your first ever win, as we saw from Minkkinen 2 days ago. But, Mike, when you've had a lean period and you've not even been on the podium for 3 seasons, to get a win is just as satisfying.
Very much, and you know it is. There's Reinhard Gosweiner. He's played a big part in this change. The 2 coaches from last year were sacked, and a much more positive team environment. And it couldn't be better news heading down to Hochfilzen, the Austrian Centre of Excellence for Biathlon. They know it so well. Delighted for Magnussen. What a week she's had. A second, now a third. Elvira Öberg from 5th, and she looked very much like she could medal today, but Elvira missing stand targets from 5th to 14th. I thought that Hannah there on the right would give rapid fire today, but I thought that might be her undoing. She stuck with an incredibly fast shooting routine, and at the end of the day only missed 2 with incredible ski speed time as well.
Yeah, not such a good day for the Italians. This is Michela Carrara, who started at the back of the field. Bitozzi has finished in 11th. Vera has finished down in 19th.
Carrara has missed 9 shots. 4 of them came first time in, and that's a spirit breaker when you're left at the back of the field from the get-go.
So that leaves Minkkinen at the... I guess when it goes that badly, Mike, you've just got to smile.
Yeah.
But there'll be a bit of a post-race analysis. Austria, they haven't had to go through this routine for a while.
I'm delighted for Theresa Hauser. It's such an experience. Today, 363rd World Cup start, vastly experienced, and what a fantastic feeling to be a winner again for her.
Yeah, and by my standing, she's up into the top 3, certainly top 4, possibly top 3 of the World Cup standings as we have a look at the results. Hauser, Minkkinen and Magnussen are the 3 on the podium. Hauser hasn't been there so far this season. There's Hannah Öberg, a climb of 50 places. Any tune in the top of the pops would be happy with that, wouldn't they? 9th position, going down when some go up, others have to go down. And Yakiela, who started right at the top, down to 21st with 2 misses on that first prone. That was expensive and inexcusable, really. Not the worst shooting, but disappointing. Good climb from Todorova. 18 places gained. Kamola, 3 misses, and ski speed absent today.
Just looking at the final lap times, and Minkkinen had only the 33rd fastest ski time, 25 seconds behind Lampitz and Hannah Öberg. So she really lost her way on that last, be it the skis or be it her lack of energy.
So Hauser, Minkkinen, Magnussen, the top 3. Camille Benet of France, yet another good result in 4th. Well, what a race. What a race. The head-to-heads, Mike, you have to admit they have you on the edge of your seat. So many twists and turns. Credit to Hauser, because she knew what she had to do. She had to take risks on that last shoot. There are the World Cup total scores. Minkkinen, Magnussen, Benet and Hauser are the top 4. And Vera, who of course got a win on the first day, down in 5th place at the moment. Lisa Vitozzi and Jean Monod, both challengers for the overall. They've lost a lot of ground now. 191 the leading score, so they're 81 points behind. Jean-Richard, second place in the under-23s last year, still in the top 20. She should climb the order. Cloyton's, after a brilliant individual on day one, up in the top 25. Well done to her. Lotte Lee, slightly surprised. She missed two, ended up down in 18th place.
Thank you.
Well, I hope we get to talk. We'll certainly get to talk to Hauser. It would be nice to hear from Minkkinen, actually, Mike. Was it skis? Was it exhaustion?
I hope we do get that. I hope we do get that interview. I do think the skis, when Hauser appeared to take at least 5 seconds on that one little section of downhill, that's a real perfect pair of skis compared to Minkkinen. But maybe it was fatigue.
Magnusson may be short in stature, but she makes up for that with some very, very solid shooting. And all that effort on the skis. Totally outskied Minkkinen on that last loop, but still some way behind. Minkkinen, first on Friday, second today. And she has a total of 191 points after just 3 races. She's got a healthy lead, 17 points clear of Anna Magnusson of Sweden in the World Cup standings. Does she think about the overall, or does she think about Antolz and the Olympic Games? Maybe a little bit of both. Hauser, I suspect, Mike, her attention is all on Italy in February and getting some Olympic gold. Well, there's the moment that Hauser went through with just 450 metres to go. She hit the front. There was no need to look back, but she did it time and time again just to make sure. I'm sure there was a little bit of disbelief in there when she came home to take the win. 30-14, the winning time today. That's quite a slow race. World Championships was won in 26:58 by Franziska Preutz, and Lou Jean Monod won in 31:41 last time we were here. Well, the Swedish fans, Mike, will they be happy with the way things have gone? They've had plenty of top fives, and Magnusson 2 podium finishes so far this season.
I think Sweden will be happy. Here's Hauser.
It's been 3 years since the last time, and perfect zero and the victory here. I can see it. It means so much for you right now.
Yeah, the last year were a little bit difficult for me, and I have individual victory in each race, expect the pursuit. So this was one big goal in my career, to win also a pursuit. And today it happened, so with 4 times 0 it was almost a perfect race for me, and I'm so glad. I really cannot believe it.
Last shooting, when you entered, did you hear that Suvi missed one, and what did you think?
I heard it from the spectators, but I tried to focus on myself, to focus on my targets. I didn't take a look on her targets, I just heard the audience, so I just tried to focus to make the black targets white, and it worked out today, so this is really cool.
And this final loop?
Yeah, it was amazing. At first I thought I was not able, or I'm not able to catch her, but somehow the gap I got closer and closer, and the gap got smaller, so I really tried to push till the end, and then I didn't know should we take a sprint in the finish, or but I managed to do it before or already at the water tower, so I'm really happy, and I was able to enjoy the finish.
Well, congratulations, enjoy this.
So much.
Well, I love that. We've had a lot of emotional interviews already this season, Mike, as we have a look at the standings in the pursuit. The bit I liked about that interview, I just focused on turning the black targets white.
Yes, simple as that. And, you know, the brain was taking the readings. The spectators did indicate that last shot missed. She didn't dare leave and look, so I love the way she kept her discipline and the focus on herself.
So it is Hauser's day. I wasn't convinced that she had any more ambitions beyond winning a pursuit race, but I think she'll sit down tonight and say, okay, I'm skiing well enough, I'm shooting really well, but I think all the athletes, Mike, will be aware that the big guns from the last 2 or 3 seasons have not yet started firing.
It's very interesting. It's been a strange start to the season. They've tried, let's be honest, Jean Monod has really tried. Reza Boucher has tried. But now a lot of the experienced athletes are beginning to find confidence. Maybe with Suvi Minkkinen at 30 last year, coming good, you know, for the first time touching podiums. So it seems to have inspired the older athletes.
But I don't think we mentioned any of the Germans throughout that race. We didn't see a lot. Hettig Walt started down in 37th position. Vanessa Voigt started 32 and actually worked her way up into the top 10, hitting 20 out of 20.
Hey Vanessa, thank you for coming to see us. How did you leave this race with this special kind of snow?
It was quite good, I think, because it was not so deep like the last days. I like this conditions quite more. Yeah, because it's compact and I can ski a little bit better.
Well, there you have it. Wasn't so bad. I thought we might hear about the shooting where she did exceptionally well. How many went clear, Mike? 4 or 5?
I think it's 5. I haven't got the numbers, but yes, Vanessa Voigt from 32nd to 10th. I think she did brilliant there. An absolute blinder of a race.
Yeah, best of the Germans, certainly. Hauser went 20 out of 20. Benet, again, clear on the range. She's having a tremendous start to the season. And Voigt, who we've just spoken to, another of those to shoot 20. Well, talk us through it, Mike. What stuck out for you?
Well, initially, the discipline here from Minkkinen. She didn't appear to overstress in terms of her ski speed. And the accuracy, slight edge shot there, but her accuracy throughout, she stuck to routine. And I thought it was outstanding as the race progressed. And then it came to the stand shooting later, but she was still under pressure there. This is the second time in. Again, a little lucky with a high left miss there, half miss. Didn't phase her. She kept to her breathing routine, her technical routines on the range. Held her breath a little long there. You heard the stressed exhale. And then the first of the standing. Just her steadiness through the rifle. Little mishap there on the sliding the bolt forward. Didn't put her off. And the shots were landing fairly central. And then we maybe thought the pressure would build and build for this last shot. But again, she's kept passing every single test. In the first 3, they were good. The first 4 shots and the last time in, this was the all-important shot. And it was a high miss, just high right at 1 o'clock. I think Eric was still confident she could win, but with Hauser chasing and shooting at this kind of speed, she always gave herself half a chance. And that half a chance led to a 12-second chase on over the last 2.5 kilometers. Sorry, 2 kilometers, of course. Hauser took some time to haul Minkkinen in, pulling all of those 12 and breaking away, taking possibly Minkkinen by surprise. Hauser still didn't believe her amazing performances. She kept looking back, but first victory in 3 years. And Minkkinen slightly disappointed, legs giving way there. She nearly fell backwards. But I think at the end of the day, she'll be happy with second. Magnussen, second in the individual and third here today in the pursuit.
So victory for Theresa Hauser. Here are the top three. Anna Magnusson of Sweden keeps the home crowd happy yet again. Her second podium finish of the season, and that puts her up into second place in the World Cup standings, just 17 points behind Suvi Minkkinen. Hauser, brilliant, outstanding. And when you've got 12 seconds and only 2K to make it up, that takes some doing. She's got the win ahead of Suvi Minkkinen of Finland, the World Cup leader. Well, that was exhausting, but we've still got one race to go. The men's pursuit coming up just after 2 o'clock. Mike, we saw Minkkinen going low left with her first prone. Sorry, low right with her first prone. Now, 2 questions. When you've put all the rounds from your first shoot in the same position, will the coach have told her, or will they have just shown her one of the magnet boards so she could make her own assessment and make her own decision?
I think she's that experienced that she was probably just showing the fall of the shots on the magnetic board, and that's maybe why I think it was the first or the second of her second time in, they were high left, so maybe she just self-adjusted herself position-wise a little left, but they all went down. And you do need that information if you're putting 5 shots low right. What I found interesting, Patrick, that the overall, we've got a feel now for the overall World Cup, and they're all aged 30, 30, 25, 31 and 35, the top athletes ranked after this event.
The youngsters are coming, though. Michelon's not far behind. Benet is not far behind.
Oh, Dallin there. On the left.
Started 2, finished in 3rd position. Magnusson hitting 9 out of 10, so she's only had 3 misses from 30 shots, so 90% hit rate for the meeting here in Östersund. She certainly would have taken that if you'd offered it a week ago. Fourth time she's made it onto a World Cup podium. That one win in Annecy back in 2022. Minkkinen also dropping 1 position thanks to that last miss. She hit the first 19 and threw that last shot high right.
Ollie Dallin, the president of the IBU, well, since what, back in 2018.
A week to remember for Suvi Minkkinen. It's been coming. She showed a sign. She just made leaps and bounds last year, but could not match the ski speed of Theresa Hauser on her final lap. Win number 6 for Hauser. 22-23 really where she was at the very top of her game. She's come back to form on an Olympic season. Is she going to spring a surprise for the Austrians? ...31 years old, comes out of Kitzbühel, which has produced many a top alpine skier in the past, but they also have one world-class biathlete. Was that final shoot the most important part of Hauser's race?
It was to push away all the pressure, to not be aware of what's happened, or to not focus in on what someone else is doing. She took total control, and that is what clinched it, to give herself those 12 seconds to chase down.
Yeah, Great performance again from Benet. Benet, Mike, she's only missed one shot, 29 hits out of 30. If she keeps that going through the season, she'll be up in the top 5 without a doubt, because she's skiing very, very well. Shavativa, outstanding performance from her, because she had a complete meltdown in the individual. And Shavativa today hitting 18 out of 20, skiing really well. A minute 7 behind, just behind Sjøkeider of Norway, who you said, Mike, would produce a decent race today.
Yes, I felt she would. She had one little wobble during the shooting, but overall a good performance, just missing one target. Delighted for Shavativa there, just getting the lake monster, and she's, as you said, so much faster, but we haven't seen her quite as accurate through the rifle either. That's a great thing to change at this stage in her career.
I really think we should have an award for the most places gained. And today it goes to Hannah Erberg, who gained 50 places. Having started 59, she finished in 9th position and picked up some really valuable World Cup points. But that is outrageous to gain so many places. And had she shot clear, Mike, because she only hit 18, had she gone clear, she may well have challenged for the podium.
It was an incredible performance. The traffic to pass through, well, 50, it's incredible.